Hey homestead peeps! So today we're back in my laundry room again. A lot of things happen in the laundry room, I guess. But today we're going to be talking about seed saving. So stay tuned. So for a lot of us homesteaders, we're at the end of a growing season, and for us here in Central Florida, we still have quite a bit of time left for some good growing time, because it doesn't really get cold in Florida till like actually January, February-ish. And we really don't, sometimes we don't even go through a frost per se. So there are some crops that we can still grow all the way through the winter months. But that being said, we are still at the end of a growing season just because of the things that we put in at the beginning of spring, summerish. The heat has either done them in, or they've just gone through their season and put off the fruit or the produce or whatever you want to call it that they should have given off, and now they're just gone to seed a lot of things. So we're kind of in that mindset of what will we be growing next year, planning for our fall garden, before we pull out what was in our garden bed that had just finished producing. We want to save seeds from those things. So there's a lot of things that we want to think about when it comes to seed saving. One thing that comes to mind is, I know there's been a lot of talk about the scarcity of seeds and how difficult seeds have been able to get, how difficult it has been to get seeds. I know if you go to places like Tractor Supply or Lowe's or those kinds of big chains, they have had seeds. However, I have heard when COVID hit, there were some areas that they were allowed to go in Lowe's and buy lumber, but they were not allowed to buy seeds because seeds weren't considered necessities. Go figure. I don't know. The logic doesn't make sense to me, but that's the way it was. And we personally didn't run into any issues with buying seeds, but also starting out, we didn't realize the importance of, I did know that I shouldn't buy non-GMO seeds, but I did not realize the importance of buying heirloom seeds so I could use them for future seed saving versus just buying I don't know, the seeds that we bought. I'm afraid that some of them will not be able to save from them. One of the things that I've learned is, one, heirloom seeds are a type of seed that will produce a fruit, and then if you save the seeds from those fruit, it will produce again the following year. But there are seeds now that have been I guess genetically modified, but I don't know. I don't know if we bought any of the GMO seeds. I thought I was being careful not to do that. And so we are saving some seeds that are not necessarily classified as heirloom seeds, but we are saving those seeds in hopes that we can use them next year if there's a shortage of seeds. If I'm able to duplicate those seeds again next year, I will be conscious of buying heirloom seeds in that species of plant, whatever it is. Let's say a squash. So I will be conscious of, I saved banana pepper seeds, but I don't remember where I bought those banana peppers from, but I'm almost positive they weren't heirloom seeds. So I'm not sure if they'll reproduce by planting the seeds that I saved from that. Does that make sense? So I would like to know, what are you saving? What are some of the things that you have grown this year and that you're saving because you're concerned about the availability of them next year? I know another thing that we've actually done is we have gone ahead now and ordered and purchased seeds for next summer's crop, simply because if we can get it now, we're going to go ahead and get it, because there are rumors that there was a scarcity of seeds this year, but it's going to be even worse next year than it is this year, because there's sort of this delay in the supply chain, that seeds that we're getting because of this agricultural situation this year, we didn't necessarily feel the full blow of that this year, but that will be felt next year. So right now, while we can still buy seeds, we're actually buying seeds, going ahead and planning for 2021. So I just thought I would take you along today and show you some of the seeds that I've saved and how I organize my seeds. And I know there are probably 100 different ways. And I've seen a lot of these YouTubers that have organized their seeds in these fancy photo boxes, and those are a little pricey for me. I've seen them saving them in these nice wooden seed boxes, and those are great, but I'm using what I have. And we homeschool. I believe I've mentioned that probably in the past, but I was upstairs yesterday and realized that I had a whole bunch of file boxes, index card file boxes, that were empty and not being used, and that's almost the perfect size for seeds. So I wanted to show you some of the things that we've done. Okay, so this is my washing machine, first of all, but this is my seed box, and this is just a plastic tub that I had laying around, and as you can see inside, I've put my index card file boxes inside this box. So let me open this up and just show you what we have inside here. So one of the first things that I have on top is my purple hull seeds. And one thing that something has happened that for some reason the plant started, before I could get to the peat pods, before they never turned purple. Like, if you can notice all these brown ones here. Now this one and this one are a little bit different because I'm going to do an experiment that I'll explain to you in a minute. But aside from these few, they went from green to brown. Like, they just dried on the stalk quickly. And I couldn't even get to that purple stage to pick them when they were edible. So I'm saving these. Instead of just throwing them away, I'm saving them to see if I can use them as seeds for next year. I'm not sure if because they didn't go through that whole process of turning into edible peas that they will be usable. In the same aspect, I don't know that maybe that's like because the plants were at the end of their growing season. This is sort of like how a plant, I don't know, like an herb bolts and it becomes seed, if that's not kind of what happened to these purple hull peas. I did have a couple that they were just small, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to try all these, but I'm also going to try these that did turn purple and just dry them as well and see if they grow differently than these do. Now, from those purple hull peas, I also still have a lot of them that we planted this year, and I'm pretty sure they'll still be good next year. So I have plenty of purple hull pea seeds. We're not going to be lacking for those, but I don't want to experiment in when I'm in lack. So I want to find out about these next year and experiment with these while I still am using these as our main crop. So that's our purple hull peas. Then I have our corn. And this was a huge bag. We planted probably a 1/4 acre of corn this year and did not have any success because the deer like to chew the tops of the corn off, and the sandhill cranes that we have that love to visit like to just pull the entire piece out of the ground when it's young and tender and just sprouting up. So between those two, we just couldn't keep up with the animals that were getting at our corn. But we have some plans for next year to change the place that we plant them and maybe put some electric fencing around it. So those are some things that we have in place for that. We did have a couple of corn stalks that we grew in our raised bed, and this was one of the ears of corn from that. But again, I don't know if I don't believe these were like heirloom seeds, so I don't know if these are going to be able to be usable or not. But like we said, I'm going to do the experimenting with this while I still have plenty of this, so we know for next year. We also have these golden bantam sweet corn seeds that we will be using, and these are organic heirloom seeds, so we should be able to save the seeds from this for later on. So we got that corn, and let's see, oh, this was our, okay, so that's all the corn. So this is our snake beans or noodle beans, which we have planted on the trellis right now. And I only planted a few of them, so we still have quite a few in here that we'll be planting those again. So that's our beans. Let me put that over here. And then we have, so Burpee was a big brand for us this year that we used. And they are not considered heirloom seeds, and but you know, you have to start somewhere, you have to learn somewhere, and this is what we started with. We've learned a lot since that first planting, and so this is what we still have. But you know what, it'll still produce. I'm not throwing them away for sure. Just don't know if I'll be able to save seeds from this these seeds. If you've ever used this brand and you have been able to save seeds, drop me a comment and let me know. I'd be interested to know. But so we never planted these, but I think I had 2 bags. Yeah, well, these were Burpee, but these were the Bush Blue Lake beans, and we actually have a couple of these planted, but they've been very slow growing. They are just not growing very much at all. And I don't know if we're going to get anything from them or not. But, so, that's that. Then, let me move to the tomato seeds. So, we have been able to purchase the Jetstar seeds. And this is from Harris Seeds. And then we have also the Roma tomatoes. These are supposed to be organic as well. It says it's 100 seeds in there. Does that look like 100 seeds to you? I just don't see 100 in there. But we'll see. Anyway, so we have the Roma and the Jetstar tomatoes that we're planning on for next year. So we don't have any, we didn't save any seeds from that. Let me see. Let me just start with this box. This is actually our lettuce box. And so this was another Burpee packet, the black seeded Simpson, and these are from Seed Tape. And I tried these earlier in the summer and had no luck whatsoever with them. And I think a lot of it was because it was just hot from the heat. It was just horrible. So I don't know if I'm going to try these again, but I'm going to plant some lettuce in the next couple of days because it's starting to not be as just stinking hot as it's been over the July and August. And this is one that I want to try, is the dark green lettuce. And then this is one that the Butter Crunch lettuce that we got from Heritage Ag Supply back when we went to Valdosta, Georgia, not Valdosta, Vidalia, Georgia. And so that's our lettuce. Okay. Then we have, let's just go over here. Then we have our vining plants. So this is how I decided. Let me know if you categorize yours differently, but this is what I just decided to do. Excuse me, was to categorize by vining. And so the first one we have is the long green cucumbers. This also came from Heritage Ag Supply in Vidalia, Georgia. Then we have the National Pickling cucumbers. Then we have our yellow straight neck squash. And this is wanting to fall apart for me. Then we have our pumpkin seeds that we actually have already planted some of these. And they are already blooming, and it says non-GMO and it says organic. However, it does not say heirloom. And I also understand that these have to being open pollinated is a big deal as far as ability to save your seeds as well. So that's our pumpkins. And then we have the muskmelon. I'm not sure when I'll be able to get these in the ground. They actually call for being planted between March and May. So we'll probably do that around March. And then this was actually the seeds, well, that's not them, the seeds that I got from our sweet friends at Mountain Traditions Homestead, and that was the loofah gourd seeds. So those are our vining plants. Okay, so the next thing we have are our flowers, and these are not just for prettiness, they serve purpose. So one of the first ones we have is the marigolds, and the reason I bought the marigolds is because I've heard that deer do not like marigolds, and my thought process was to plant them around things like the corn that we struggled with, and hopefully that would deter the deer. We'll see. And then we have zinnias, and these are all Burpee brand. I'm not really as concerned about, saving seeds for flowers. They're just for experimental purposes, and it is what it is. But then we have the Columbine Harlequin mixed colors and petunias. And then I also had some lavender that didn't do very well, but I did manage to save some seeds from the lavender, so we're gonna try that as well and see. I just love lavender for personal reasons, just because I like the smell of it, and I just like it. It's calming. All right, our next box is our root seeds. That would be carrots and radishes for right now. Oh, and then I have I'm having a hard time having this balance. Okay, let's set it right there. Okay, so we have the evergreen bunching onions. Onions that like Vidalia onions or whatever, I've read don't do well in zone 9, which is our zone. Big bulbed things like onions, garlic, those kinds of things don't necessarily do well in our area. So I'm just trying these green onions to see if we can do a little better. And as you see, these are organic heirloom seeds as well. And I just picked these up the other day. Things were sort of getting slim on the shelves at Tractor Supply, and so if I saw something that we didn't have, I just went ahead and grabbed it just for the sake of having as much as we could possibly have. So I have those, and then I have a pack of carrots that we got from Heritage Ag Supply, Danvers carrots, and then I got these So Easy rainbow carrots just for fun, but we had a pretty good luck with our carrots this year, so I thought that we would give those a try again. And then my last box is herbs and peppers. Again, this is Livingston seed, habanero peppers, and then we have the parsley that I planted, and I'm not sure. Okay, that's Livingston also. And then we have the organic slow bolt cilantro, which has been slow bolting, but it's also been slow growing. It's coming, but it's taking its dear sweet time. And then I have more parsley that I don't know how I doubled up on the parsley. And then these are seeds that I saved from the green bell peppers that we had, that we still have growing. Some they're still putting out. This one actually, I think a green hornworm got a hold of a bell pepper and just kind of sliced it up. So I thought, well, I'll just take the seeds out of it and save it anyway. And then I have seeds from banana peppers. So those are the herbs and peppers that we have so far. So that's pretty much my tub. I'm going to show you one more thing that I've gotten. Who has received these in the mail? If you've received, and I've got to turn these in, I've actually, let me show you. Here we go. I've actually received 2 packages. This first package that I got, if you'll notice, it says China Post. Both of them say China Post on them. The first package I got, I opened them up because I had no idea what they were, and this was before the seeds from China became a thing. And I was like, I had ordered some seeds, but I didn't think I ordered them from China. And then when I opened the package and it didn't even tell me what kind of seeds there were, I was just like, strange. I didn't even know what kind of seeds they were. They even looked like a variety of seeds. Like, you couldn't even tell. Like, it's not even all the same seeds in one pack. There were different kinds of seeds in one pack. So I have not planted them, and if you receive anything like this, do not plant them, and you do need to report them to the USDA. But then I actually got a second package, which was awfully strange, I thought. This one is in a pillow pack, and I have not opened it up because I know what's in there, and I'm not even gonna fool with it. But those will be turned in. So leave us a comment below if you've received any of these strange China seeds that were not purchased. And a lot of people say that they're not really harmful. Some people say they may be invasive plants, which is very possible. But some people also say it was just a scam for internet sales, and they were just trying to like falsify sales that they didn't really have, and so this was just a cheap item that they could mail without very much cost because they're so lightweight. But if you'll notice, the contents does not say seeds. It says wire connector, and I think that one says wire connector as well. So let me know. I would love to hear your China seed stories if anybody else has gotten any of those. So that's it for today. Hey, don't forget, I will drop a link in the description of the Harvest Moon giveaway. So you can go there and watch that video and get the rules for the Harvest Moon giveaway, which is going to be a gigantic giveaway. Thank you to Off Kilter Homestead for putting all this together. Big shout out to you. And what else? I think that's all, guys. That's all I have for today. Remember, do your best and let God do the rest. Love you guys. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.